We are currently at the tipping point of an entire new financial system. Welcome to the FreedEm Culture. Here at the FreedEm Culture, I like to discuss current events in the financial sector, this new digital economy, and also breaking down blockchain technology in the most understandable terms possible. And today, I'm still in Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand. Wonderful place. I had a lot of fun. I don't know, it's just so, I don't know, I might move it. It's a good place. It's very friendly, and you still get the busyness. It's where a lot of things is happening. Good food. Uh, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You can actually get in your element. I just had a blast here. A little bit too much fun, as a matter of fact, because I lost my debit card. You know, yeah, I was a little too distracted at an ATM, and I was in a hurry, and I forgot my debit card in the ATM. And before I was able to get to it, it ate it up. Like, once I realized that I didn't have my debit card, I turned around, it's gone. So, trying to find solutions out of that, you know, there's a lot of solutions, a lot of options that I had find find a way to get cash and make payments and stuff like that. As I was going through the motions trying to find solutions on how to make payments, that's when I realized all of these options that's out there to felicitate payments. It's a whole marketplace, this whole fintech um, digital payment marketplace. And that's when I came to realize, like, how close we are to a full digital financial system, a full digitalization of money, you know, because tourism is a big piece of the pie. Tourism is a giant piece of the pie to a lot of countries. And if they could digitalize the whole, so once you're a tourist, the problem that you got is currency. I like to say with traveling, two big problems is currency, banking, and connectivity. Banking and connectivity is like the biggest problem when it comes to traveling international. Once they find that solution, that's a market right there. So once they find that solution, that's going to be big, because all the tourists is going to be using these apps to exchange currency, because everybody wants to use digital. It's like nobody really wants to have a lot of cash on them. So, these apps could potentially replace the money exchanger. That came to my attention. I mean, XLM is already working with MoneyGram. Japan just announced that they will be using XRP. So all of these blockchain companies are under the hood of these emerging fintech apps like Remitly, like MoneyGram. I'm not sure who's behind Western Union. Yeah, eventually all of these companies will be adopting blockchain technology, and it's just a matter of when and how there's going to be some type of you know some type of problem. It's solving a problem right now. It has a real world solve right now, but eventually I could imagine that there would be some type of crisis some type of crisis for it to happen immediately, like changing, like a flip of the switch moment, and like I mentioned before in my previous videos, that they're going to cut rates. Typically, when the Federal Reserve cuts rates, since they're satisfied with inflation, there's been a lot of talk that inflation is not high anymore. And these are all indicators that the Federal Reserve doesn't have any business keeping rates so high anymore. And Donald Trump wants rates to get lower. And once these rates are lowered, the stock market is gonna look better. The crypto market is gonna look better. And when we have lower rates, companies tend to invest in emerging markets. And to me, there's no emerging market right now other than the digitalization of the payment system. I mean, Donald Trump just signed the executive order of the modernization of payments to U.S. bank accounts, and modernization is just fancy. It's just a way to avoid saying digitalization. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna digitalize to modernize. You know, in order to make anything modern, it's gonna be digital. Once they cut rates, companies tend to feel the liberty to speculate, and they'll use the extra liquidity since they can, it's not going to cost as much to borrow money. They'll use that borrowed money to speculate in the emerging markets like tech. If we come to a point that we need quantitative easing, that means more money printing. Everybody's going to speculate, and it's going to go into these emerging markets like the blockchain companies that's no longer getting scrutinized or no longer has a bad name. You know, everybody respects cryptocurrency right now. You know, it's legit. A lot of projects aren't legit, but the projects of like Ripple for one, that actually has legitimacy, actually passed the SEC lawsuit. So that's an established company, and it's an established emerging market that has partnerships worldwide. And Japan just announced that it will be using it. So, like I said, it's like a flip of the switch moment, and I speculate it would be around November, maybe, but definitely 2025. So everything is seeming a lot more nicer in this market space, and that's why it's good to be early. And this is not financial advice, but what I'm doing personally is I already have my bags from 2021. I'm following the trend. I'm following the news very closely because I just realized how if you don't keep up with some of your coins and the news with some of your cryptos, some actions might have took place that the off ramps is closed, like the bridges to exchange. Like I had one crypto called Polymath, which is a good asset, but I wasn't following the news, and I realized that they changed to PolyX, from Poly to PolyX, and they're no longer using the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum is going through a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? So they're no longer using the Ethereum blockchain, and now I'm not able to cash out of Poly. So now I got to figure out a way around that, but it's a learning lesson that I have to keep in touch. I have to keep following all of these cryptos. What I'm doing is downsizing. I'm downsizing the amount of cryptos that I did have, that I've collected over the years. And I'm probably just gonna consolidate all into ISO 222. ISO 222 compliant crypto companies. There's no crypto that can be ISO, but the companies are. They're the ones that's actually designed to be in coherence with the ISO 222 standard. And other than that, man, I'm just doing me and just keeping up with everything and selling some crypto, buying some crypto. I have my long bags and I have my short bags, and just staying alive, man. Keep staying healthy, and keeping, staying persistent. You feel me? Keep up with me on the FreedEm Culture. I have a book on the way that has a lot of information on the ISO 222 messaging standard, in a very relatable and easy to read way. No technical jargon. I'm just uh, actually delivering this message for anybody to understand. And it's really important. I like the way, the direction I'm going with it. Uh, this is something that we're all involved in. That's one. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has a different background. But one thing that's in common is that we need currency. We use currency every day, and the currency that we're using is changing. And nobody really knows. It's really a small percentage of people that actually knew about money in the first place. It's really a small percentage of people that knows how money works, and there's even smaller amount of people that's knowing what's going on with the changes of the money and digitally, and the monetization of the digital payments and shit. So in this book, I'm actually delivering the information in a more easy to understand way, and I feel like it will be really helpful. And I'm trying to put out this book really fast before time's up, because it's going to be a lot of things is going to be implemented this year. But anyways, I gotta run. I gotta catch this flight. Peace, love, respect. Take care of yourself. Peace to Bangkok. Peace to the whole Southeast Asia. Peace to the world. And peace. Take care of yourself, y'all. All right? Well.